Away they go, and the last time we had Southampton on, Matt Le Tissier scored in 28 seconds for them against Liverpool in a snowstorm last year. This is Richard Hall attacking the ball for Southampton. The young central defender, good to see him back fit again. Kerslake with the throw, quickly to Teddy Sheringham. And Benali very quickly in. Benali being used these days in a central defensive role. Used to be left back in the Saints lineup.
That's where they've got to be aware early on, Southampton. Got to concentrate early in because they're so bright and alive at the moment, Tottenham.
Sheringham trying to get the nod on. He did get his foot to it, and Calderwood charging through them. Jilton in the end getting it away. Dowie's first touch back in the side. He's been rumoured to be going to Norwich City. Still hasn't signed a new contract. Charlton getting forward. Played long. The aerial threat of Ian Dowie, but Sol Campbell, the England under-21 central defender who throws in authority all the time, is the winner of that confrontation. Dowie again. Now here is Jim Majorcan. This is Heaney. And it's a good tackle by Kersner.
I think it was...
And playing the 1-2 very nicely with Edinburgh. Dumitrescu loves to make these penetrating runs from the left-hand side. He's found Sheringham now. Anderton's pulled wide. Lovely flowing football this from Spurs. What's on the end of it? Klinsmann was going for the spectacular volley. And Southampton breathe again.
Well, the very slight touch in Richard Hall's head was vitally important there. He pulled the trigger, Jurgen Klinsmann, for the cross. And I think Richard Hall just got a touch on the ball.
Justin Edinburgh is the man down injured, will need a spot of treatment.
Anderton made a wonderful run. Now watch Klinsmann 18 and watch 5 Hall. He's pulling the trigger. There goes Hall. And how important was that little header? Vital. Look at this, he set himself beautifully. And that's not only a very good header, it's a brave one as well, Ian.
Yes, because Klinsmann boot could have well made contact with his head in all that. Terrific play from Richard Hall, who missed nearly all of last season with a very complicated ankle injury.
Well, I hope this is a sign of things to come in this match. The opening 5 minutes are anything to go by. It should be wonderful to watch.
Here's Edinburgh, who's fit again. Now then, run for Klinsmann to chase with Benali. It's one-on-one here, and Klinsmann has won it. Here's Jurgen Klinsmann. Great save from Bruce Grobbelaar and Anderton. And now Klinsmann again, and this time Spurs are ahead. He's done it again. Jurgen Klinsmann.
Well, it's times like this, you look at goalkeepers and you feel a bit sorry for Bruce Grobbelaar. He made a wonderful save initially. Klinsmann showing his power, his determination, his pace and his strength to get through. You think it's all over, but Bruce spreads himself well. And this is going into his arms as well. Benali doesn't know that. He thinks he's blocked it. Back it comes to Klinsmann. And the second opportunity is a simple one for a man of his quality. Watch this. Bruce has got it covered, Ian. Benali takes it away from him, and no wonder he's so disappointed.
Well, we didn't have the diving celebrations this time, but Jurgen Klinsmann again earning plenty of marks for both artistic impression and technical merit, and Benali's having to go off to get some treatment.
I would suggest that there's a cut or something about Francis Benali. You don't normally go off like that, and it might have happened during the tussle, Ian, in the first run for the ball.
Nick Collins, I'm sure, will find out what that's all about. I'll go to him just as soon as he has found out. Now here is Kenner, meanwhile, for a 10-man Southampton. Just the start they didn't need here, and another very difficult fixture for them. Spurs crowd have already come to life as Charlton plays the 1-2 here with Heaney. Charlton. Jordan's got himself forward. Here he is, the Northern Ireland international. That's interesting. Ooh.
It was speculative, wasn't it? No intention in going for goal, Jim Majorcan, of that I'm sure.
But drifting around and then exploding into games with something very spectacular. Benali, that was aimed towards Le Tissier. Now he's got it. Nicely in for Dumitrescu, but Allen winning it back from him. And then Letitia. Well, we did warn you.
But I do think you get a chance against Tottenham, even at 15 minutes, I think. They're not natural defenders in the midfield. You can see what Mark Letitia is trying to do. He's trying to bend it into that top corner. Didn't quite get hold of it the way he would have liked. But it's not natural for people like Dumitrescu and Anderton and Bambi to be real good, solid defenders, Ian. And that's why I think, at times, teams will get a chance. The thing you have to do, though, is stop them scoring, which isn't easy.
You've got just a bit of firepower, haven't they, around the place?
I'll say.
Let's have a look at the shots so far. Tottenham 3, Southampton 1, and they've all been on target, Andy. Benali wins that one in the air for Southampton. It's Jeff Kenner, who's made that right back position his own down at the Dell. Very young, this Southampton side. Most of them 25 or under. It's one of the youngest sides they've ever put out. And they've got a pretty good youth system as well down there. They've produced plenty of their own players. And of course, they need to.
That's obviously the secret at Southampton. Got to produce, and Alan knows that better than most.
Told the Southampton players when he arrived earlier this year that he wanted passion and pride in wearing the Southampton shirt, and they did escape the drop from what looked a very, very difficult position around the turn of the year. Now then, here's Heaney, maybe this time something for Southampton, and the header from Letitia. Well, that was a good chance.
That was a great chance, Ian. That was a great chance. The cross was inch perfect. He's every right to be disappointed, Neil Heaney. He wins the ball very well here, and now he's got to produce. Can he produce a cross? The answer is yes. Now, Matt, stick that in the far corner. And that's not a great header, Ian. Look at that, he's got time, he sees it all the way. He can plant his feet, which means he can put power into the header. But he doesn't direct it as well as he should have done.
And these two sides last met they were both in deep relegation trouble, with Spurs winning 3-0. Now here's Majotkin. But on that occasion, Letitia was not in the Southampton side. He was suspended. You might remember that towards the end of last season. Complete change in mood from Tottenham since then. But here's Charlton for Southampton. Well, it was worth the try on his good left foot.
It's going to be hairy being a Tottenham fan this year. It's going to be so enjoyable to watch him going forward. But you're going to have to prepare yourself for things like this. A little bit sloppy there, and Charlton's got a fair left foot on him. No surprise to see him have an attempt from there.
Well, Andy, they've had a 4-3 win already at Sheffield Wednesday. I've got a feeling there might be one or two more of those along the way.
There might be one or two 4-3 defeats as well, you know.
Yeah. Now here's Anderton. Support was arriving, and Grobbelaar, oh, he's missed it, and Sheringham! The chance goes begging onto that reconstructed south stand end.
Well, by Teddy Sheringham's standards, and he knows that little shake of the head tells us it all. Because he doesn't expect to get a chance here. Grobbelaar thinks, I've got that. Out it comes, down he goes. It's sitting up quite nicely for Teddy Sheringham. And he'll be disappointed he didn't hit the target at all. I think that's his disappointment. Lovely ball in, teasing, tempts Bruce. He doesn't need any encouragement to come for crosses. Look at that, sets up lovely for Teddy. He can't keep it down.
Letitia playing this long for Heaney. He's got some pace, Heaney. Oh! And, well, Southampton denied again by Walker.
That's a good save, but a wonderful break from defence to attack from Southampton. Ian Dowie deserved a lot of credit. He held it up really well, found Letitia, and this time he connected brilliantly with Heaney.
Calderwood. Being used in this midfield role, out-and-out central defender previously in his career, of course. Edinburgh. Hall gets past him. How crucial will that be? Barmby gets another touch, and Klinsmann with the overhead kick. And Bruce Grobbelaar kept it in.
Bit of gardening from Bruce there. Look at the mess they've made.
He's got to buy the groundsman at White Hart Lane a pint, hasn't he?
Look at Klinsmann though. Look at him. Look at him watching the ball, watching it all the way. One or two shouts for handball there against Francis Benalla. You see the fans go up behind the goal. They think it was, but I think that would have been very harsh.
Here comes Heaney for Southampton. Nethercott is in the way of it, then Kerslake. Maddison now picking it up. Heaney or Anderton having to get back in defence. Spurs really having to work in defence of their lead here. And Southampton again starting strongly at the beginning of this second half. Francis Benalla, some blood beginning to seep from that cut that had been patched up early on, the clash of heads with Jurgen Klinsmann just before the goal. There's Letitia, and Maddison was in there and just over the top. Walker didn't get it.
I think Sheringham did. That can be my only assumption here. It's a tantalising ball in there. But look at Teddy Sheringham. He knows he's got to put his head on it. He knows he's risking an own goal. But he manages to get it clear. Another
Near thing. Letitia swings this one in. Dowie is there beyond the far post with the volley. Away by Edinburgh. And Charlton.
Well, it's...
Hall was in there. The back header from Calderwood was pretty important.
Oh, you can't be serious.
Well, did seem to be a Southampton throw, but given Spurs' way. Sheringham, Dumitrescu out in space here. Waiting in the middle, Barmby and Klinsmann. Anderton's arriving. Edinburgh chips it in. Klinsmann's here with a great chance! And off the line by Benalla.
Well, his goalkeeper needed help that time from Francis Benalla, and he's happy to shake his hand. This is a great ball in from Edinburgh. It really was. There's no pace in the ball, and that made the header difficult. Bruce looked for help, and Francis Benalla obliged. That would have been an injustice, Ian, because it was their throw-in, and they almost lost a goal from a bad decision from the referee.
Anderton chips this one up. Heaney's back to concede the corner. Very, very quick feet it was from Francis Benalla there. He had to be quick because Anderton was closing in and got it away. Good play by Benalla.
It's funny, it was the type of cross where had it been more pace on it, there's no doubt in my mind Klinsmann would have scored.
Anderton. That's Nethercott on the near post. That's a training ground routine. And Bruce Grobbelaar is the winner that time. Steaua Bucharest to the quicker, more hectic and power play of the English Premiership. Klinsmann here trying to make something of this one. Hall does well. Klinsmann does even better. He's won it back again. Now here's Dumitrescu. And now here's Klinsmann again! Ooh, Southampton were holding their breath there.
Well, that's what I mean. You can dominate the game, you can have plenty of possession, but in a moment this can happen. Chance out of nothing. The only thing that surprises me here, that from 17 yards, Jurgen Klinsmann doesn't hit the target. I think that would be the criticism, and he would know that. It's there, it's sitting lovely to be in. Leaning slightly back, cuts across the ball, and it's never troubling Bruce Grobbelaar.
Kerslake. Klinsmann won it all right.
Good throw from Bruce. Oh, he's so alive.
Dumitrescu back challenging, but Allen won that particular battle. Kenner coming forward. Great run here from Jeff Kenner. Oh, and into the side netting. The Southampton fans on the far side thought that was in, but they had a different angle on it.
They did, Ian. Every one of them up. But this is lovely play from Kenner. So determined. Look at the way he just checks inside Justin Edinburgh, and suddenly it opens up for him. And what does he do? Does he come across? No, he goes near post. That's always a difficult angle. But this is why the Southampton fans were all up, Ian. they would have seen Jeff Kenner come in like that, hit the shot past Ian Walker's hand, hit the net, and they think we've equalised.
Well, Kenner's dad used to be a snooker champion in Ireland. He couldn't quite pot that one. Again, Southampton coming closer. That's as close as they have come for a while. Alan Ball. Southampton don't have many managers. They're not one of these clubs who keep chopping and changing. Only the 6th manager in 40 years down at the Dell.
A little shake of the head suggests he can't believe his side are still losing this match.
Hazard cuts it out. Anderton. Sheringham, waiting in the middle, is Klinsmann once again. It's not a good cross. Edinburgh has won this. Benali puts it away in the end. Letitia. Heaney, who has got the pace to get there maybe. Still Heaney. Was he brought down there by Sol Campbell? And will he be sent off as well? The penalty, I think, will be given.
I'll tell you what, Ian, we've got another one of those. I think they had one yesterday. Was it inside the box, was it not? Sol Campbell's been called over by the referee. Now let's have a look at this. Heaney's pace causes the trouble. Look at that. Now it's a sheer race. Pace against pace. Here comes the tackle. Oh, I tell you, I wouldn't like to call that, Ian. I wouldn't like to call it.
Very, very tight, this.
It's very tight. The leg comes in there. There's the tackle. Oh, I tell you what, the referee may well just have got that right. But that one's very, very close.
Campbell is sent off. Suddenly it goes wrong. And the master penalty taker, Matthew Letitia, will step forward. The man who has scored 28 out of 29 penalties for Southampton. Alan Wilkie had a very difficult decision. Campbell is off.
Hazard is booked.
He's done some talking out of turn. Well, will Southampton, who had so much of this game, now get the equaliser? If you wanted anyone to take a penalty for your life, I think in England it would be Matt Letitia. Oh, and he did it again, although Walker got his hand to it. That was a close thing, but Southampton are level.
Well, it's controversial circumstances, Ian, but no more than Southampton have deserved. Ian Walker gets it right, and he is very unlucky. The pace was the thing here. Any less pace in that ball, and Walker's putting it round the post. The pace kept it in. Now we've got a game.
Second goal of the season for Letitia, who scored a point saver at Aston Villa. It's his first penalty, and that takes him to 29 in 30 attempts from the spot for Southampton. Here he comes again now. Dowie. Anderton. Southampton fans who've travelled up the M3 in full voice at the moment. And it has to be said, on the balance of the game, you couldn't really deny them that equaliser.
We're obviously calling Calder with his drop back into the back four and as a centre-back. We were so used to seeing him last year. They're going to have to withdraw someone from that front line to give a bit of support into the midfield. And they've got to dig very deep now, Spurs.
Ball is across. A 10-man Tottenham Hotspur.
But the crowd have been quiet, haven't they, most of the evening, and now something has brought them to life, and that'll help the Tottenham players.
Here's Anderton. Good turn, but good challenge too from Benali. Now this is interesting now. Spurs have been jolted by Sol Campbell sending off. It was a touch-and-go kind of decision. Was it inside the penalty area, outside? Did Campbell get his foot to the ball? Big debating issues for later, but for the moment it's Anderton's corner. Dowie was back defending. Corner. What new twists will there be in the final chapter of this story? Dumitrescu will take the corner. Oh, Klinsmann was in there. Grobbelaar just got a hand to it for another corner.
Well, it's a great response, isn't it, from Spurs? It's the best period they've had in the second half, the most pressure. What a good touch from Bruce.
Nethercott's up here again for this one. Anderton takes it. And that's behind for a harmless goal kick for Southampton. Here they come again. Southampton may be fancying their chances here.
Wouldn't surprise me if they took off. Sorry, it wouldn't surprise me if they took off the Romanian Dumitrescu, because it's not really about him at the moment.
Klinsmann. Lovely bit of magic from the German. And that's a good challenge from Charlton. There were screams from the Tottenham fans for a penalty, but really they were quite ridiculous screams. He played the ball.
They were ridiculous screams. Watch Charlton get back in here. Great tackle, perfectly timed. And I think what one or two Southampton players quite unfairly are saying he made a meal of it. I didn't think he did. I thought the tackle was fair. I didn't think Klinsmann overreacted when the tackle came in here. And I think one or two fiery Southampton players just maybe overreacted. It's a tense situation we have here.
Of course, the multilingual Klinsmann would have understood every word. Anderton takes it. Yes, I wonder if they thought Klinsmann was down for a dive. Now there's players down injured. There's a head injury here.
It's been more than that, Ian. Ian, it's been more than that. This has been a very good performance. We arrived here talking only about Tottenham.
Oh, he's missed there, Le Tissier! Oh, nightmare for Nethercott. He missed it. Le Tissier has his second, and Spurs' nightmare may be complete.
Well, what can you say? You have to have sympathy with Stuart Nethercott. He's defended very well indeed. The ball comes across, whether it doesn't set up from though, he misjudges it. It came at an awkward height, totally misjudged it. And Matt Le Tissier does not often miss this sort of situation. Watch at the height it goes up, look at that. It's at an awkward height. He should still have dealt with it, no doubt about that. But from 9-8 yards, Le Tissier doesn't miss those.
2 for Le Tissier, 2 for Southampton. They're 2-1 up here. It's the score most neutrals would certainly not have bet on at the start of play here tonight.
But they've been worthy leaders at the moment, Ian. Well worth the 2-1.
Heaney breaking through again. All gone sour for Spurs. They led for so long. They led early with Klinsmann, but Campbell's been sent off, and here comes Southampton again. Are they going to add some more insult to it? Into injury time now. And Spurs have it. They may have one last chance to rescue a point here. Hazard to Dumitrescu. Klinsmann waits in the middle with Sheringham. Hazard. Dumitrescu again. Grobbelaar with one hand, and waiting to pounce behind him was Jurgen Klinsmann, but Bruce Grobbelaar was Southampton's saviour there.
Well done, the goalkeeper, just when you need him. Klinsmann, watch 18 pull off the back of Francis Benali. He's got a simple header. No, that was until that man arrived on the scene.
Minute of injury time played. Southampton are on the verge of their first victory of the season. And for Tottenham, it would be a second successive home defeat, having lost to Manchester United. Jurgen Klinsmann has been named man of the match. Agree with that, Andy?
I'm saying nothing.
It's not like you.
Perhaps the fact that we're at White Hart Lane may have something to do with that, Ian. I think one or two Southampton players would have something to say about it as well.
Yes. Let's say it was a contentious decision, shall we, and leave it at that. Kenner.
Tell you, Alan Ball wouldn't have had many better performances from his side since he's taken over. He really wouldn't. they've done everything and more that he's probably asked before the game.
Majorcan helps this one on to Letitia. And Charlton again, Southampton continuing to dominate really and retaining possession very well indeed. Letitia will be quite happy to bide the time now and let the clock run down, I would think.
That's all they want to do.
And that ends it. Spurs are beaten at home for the second successive time. Southampton have their first one. Matthew Letitia with 2 goals, yet another penalty from him after Sol Campbell had been sent off, and then a nightmarish error by Stuart Nethercott, who otherwise had a pretty good game there at the back, letting in Letitia. And the Jurgen Klinsmann story, well, we all came to admire Spurs, but we left admiring Southampton, Andy.
Without a doubt, Ian. Even going a goal down within, what, 5.5 minutes, Southampton showed great character, to get back into the game, not to be phased, and then great composure and confidence when they had the ball. They really have only got what they deserve tonight, I think, Southampton.